welcome back. After a week of rest, we return to Bars and Bells. My name's Lauren.
And I'm Ian.
And this is our Strength and Swings class live at 4 p.m. Oh my goodness. Live at 4 p.m. or anytime in the archive. It's been that week off, so talking is challenging. This semester, it's another 6-week semester, and we'll be working on our get-ups, getting a little heavier with that, as well as our bottoms-up activity with a kettlebell. So you'll need a slightly lighter bell for that bottoms-up, and we'll bust into some two-handed swings as well. Let's first get started with our body weight, and then we'll get in with that bell. Half an hour, here we go.
30 minutes, that's all we need, that's right. So we'll start with the head neck. And I like to maybe set up in some squatting positions, as we might squat with that bottoms up position later. And first, maybe palms forward or just across your body. At the head neck, we'll draw a figure 8. Let's start by flexing, meaning a little bit of a chin tuck down. Then rotate along a clavicle or collarbone of yours to look over the shoulder, up the wall, to the center, and then pull your chin down or the crown high as you flex the neck again to the middle. And then rotate the other way. Over the shoulder, up a wall, towards the ceiling, and then in the middle, pull the crown high to return your eyes on the horizon. Now lightly pull down on the neck, but extend, meaning look up, and then rotate the original way, which was to my right, then down the wall, then find the clavicles with the chin, and then lightly again, pull down on the neck to extend up, and then rotate the other way. Down the wall, find the middle, and casually reset on the horizon. Keep your stance the same or just add a little wiggle, and then with the hands across the body, let's repeat that same action at the rib cage. With the shoulder blades lightly squeezed, it does start with a little bit of a chin tuck to look down. Then flex or round through the upper back forward, then rotate to the corner, side bend back there, and go up and over until the midpoint, and then that's curl or crunch right back down. Then rotate the other way. Enjoy a side bend to that back corner. And then up and over to the middle again, and continue to pull down to reset. Those shields are engaged. The shields are your abs. Then we'll go extension. Keep the chin down, keep the abs on. We're extending and then rotating, side bending, and then a quarter circle to the front position, and pull down like on a rope for those abs. And then we'll lift up and over, add a rotation with those hips facing forward, side bend again, and then a low effort or rounding shape to the front and pull down. Modify that stance, shake out those arms, and we'll start now with our arm excavator series to warm up the shoulders with the palms facing forward. Low effort shrug up. But for that shape in the shoulders, join us on Saturdays because that's a handstand shape. Until then, most often our armpits will be down. Then make fists with the hands and then bend on the wrists, keeping the elbows straight. Add a biceps curl in next and check the hand position. Slowly get the knuckles to face one another. That slacked that imaginary rope between your hands. So now tauten it up and tighten as you pull, pinky knuckles facing the ceiling. Shrug up, but again, only do that really in our handstand practice, so pull those shoulders low, aiming to have those elbow tips forward. And then reset the elbows to the body and initiate with your fingers as you reach back first. When they're out of room, go to the wrists next. When they're out of room, ask the elbows to extend again. Then pull the shoulders together. Lauren's shield is on, I know that, and both arms are reaching behind, extension on the shoulder. Then with a push-up style extension wrist, make a fist. Then bend it. Bend your elbows, always pulling apart that rope in between them. And then elbows low. And this last piece carries over nicely to the kettlebell swing. Point your fingers to the back wall. Extend the wrists next. And then as if holding a kettlebell out front, keep your shoulder blades squeezing tight and very easily, in the sense of coasting that effort back down, and the shake and the wiggle. That's it from me for a quick upper body check-in. I'll hand it over to Lauren to take care of the rest.
All right, speaking of the rest / the wrists, what a segue. Let's come down to the floor and warm those up, because I'd like to warm up our plank in this next series. Let's bend our knees, pressing our knees towards over our toe. Light little bop, a little side to side, hike a hip, drop a hip, hula, hula. Then drive the hips through to stand up tall. At the top, squeeze the cheeks, brace the abs. Repeat again, bend the knees. Now this time stay the same height, but peel your heels up off the floor, finding a light balance. Let's slowly press out of that with control. Full extension, and then heels will descend nice and slow. Again, knees will bend. Peel the heels up. Let's go as low as we can go. Once you get as low as you can, push back out of that all the way to tall. Let's stay on those tiptoes. Try to fully straighten the knees. And then one last time, stay on the tiptoes. Descend nice and slow. These tiptoe warm-ups are good for our lunges, which will get into our get up. Soft landing on knees, extending hips forward, untucking toes, sitting back on those for a second. And then we'll drive the hips through. We'll come up and we'll warm up those wrists. So let's hinge on the hips, placing the hands down on the floor with nice straight elbows as the palms land. The elbows are straight, the shoulders are out of your ears, and we're trying to rotate those elbow pits forward. With that all in position, 10 fingers gripping the floor, gently pull yourself forward into some light wrist extensions, so trying to get your shoulders towards over top of your fingertips. Then use your fingers to drift yourself back. One more time, pulling, drifting forward. Now, can you stay in that wrist extension and try to press the palms up and away from the floor, bending on those first knuckles. Control the landing. Let's do 3 more. Elbows are staying straight, shoulders are staying packed out of your ears, and we're pressing up through those fingers. If this is challenging, bring your knees a little closer to your hands, taking a little bit of weight off. Last one, flick the floor away, shake that out. Speaking of lunges, let's warm that up by bringing one leg through. Back toe is tucked. Let's feel that tension pulling the front leg in and the back hip forward. So that's that forward backward tension. Now let's change the forces and push forward back, but keep the hip extended, which means shoulders stay on top of hips. Push so much you could hover off the floor. Then continue pushing so much that you ascend, and then start pulling the floor together to descend. Front hip pulling in, front shin fairly vertical, pause just above the landing, and then soft landing. Let's place that leg back underneath and switch sides. Woo. Same thing other side. Tally tall. Back hips extended, front legs pushing down and, we're pulling in first. Pull in together first, extending the back hip, then start pushing down and away, creating that tension to first hover, and then to slowly ascend. Once you're ascended to the top, we'll pull ourselves back down. At the bottom here, hover just a little off the floor for 3, 2, and then soft landing. 2, warm up that core and get ready for some bottoms up activities. Let's start in a plank. We'll place our hands down. We'll step our feet back into our high plank position. Feet about hip width apart or about the same distance you'd swing from. So put those feet not too wide, not too narrow, just right. Shoulders pulled down out of your ears, hands gripping the floor. Squeeze your butt cheeks, connect your ribs and hips. Now pulling the floor together underneath you, breathe. I want you to lightly shift your weight over one hand more than the other. And then do that on the other side. Shift your weight over one hand more than the other. Keep your shoulders and hips square to the floor. Repeat one more time each side. You're loading up that single side almost to take your hand away. And repeat on the other side. Stay square. Then come back to center. Knees come down. Whew. Press the floor away. I think it's time to do our first get up.
I'm here. I got my bell, nice and light to start. Sounds good. So I'm going to get into that cuddle position with that kettlebell. And if you're familiar with the get up, let's join, and Lauren will coach us through as she knows that itinerary. And if you're new to the get up, maybe do a body weight, sit the set out, take a look.
All
Learn
right.
from the best.
We're going to start with some half get-ups here today. So we'll do 2 in a row on one side, which means with or without your bell, cuddle, roll to your back, and press that bell. Remember, in this position, we have a nice straight wrist, a shoulder packed, our leg is bent. In order to push into the floor, drive our hip, pull on our elbow. Next, we push into the floor, squishing that bug, packing the shoulder. We're going to bridge a little higher than normal and hold for a second for 3, 2, then we're going to sweep the leg under and pause here for 3, 2, we'll sweep it back through, hold that hip off the floor for an extra second, then butt comes down, elbow comes down, to your back, keep the bell up, do it again. hip drive to the elbow, lift to hand. It's a bridge, it's a higher sweep than normal for fun. Then sweep the leg under, pausing on that knee. Bring the leg back through, lifting the hip, then to the bottom, then to the elbow, and then to your back. Pull the bell down, cuddle it, place it down nicely. There are various variations of the kettlebell. Some people like that high bridge. We typically don't bridge as high, but it's a nice little exercise to work on that strength and that hip extension. Same thing, second side.
Okay, let's keep these orders of operations straight. We start with our cuddle. We roll to the press and drive off that hip to get to the elbow. We look at that bell as we get to the tall sit, and a nice big bridge, a quick pause, and then a sweep, holding that windmill position as well. Then we'll sweep through, hold the bridge again, get your buttocks to the ground, find the elbow, push off the elbow to get to your back, and repeating a hip drive to the elbow, a tall sit, a nice big bridge and a pose, and then sweep. Take a breath. Then sweep back, bridge yet again, find the elbow, that's it, and then to the back with two hands on, cuddle down, and as usual, maybe try that no-handed get up as we stand up here. I use my light bell for that move. I'm feeling pretty good, so I'll move that one to the back. And now, kettlebell swing warm-up.
We'll warm up that swing in our hike passes here and our stop swings. So let's stand behind the bell. If you're unfamiliar with the kettlebell swing, you can go back to semester 1 in the archives there and follow along as we introduce that. But here, we're gonna get right into that hike pass. So we have our hip hinge. We grip our bell, we tip it, pack our shoulders. Load up our core and our hamstrings, pull the bell to the zipper, and park. Let's repeat 2 more times. Pull, stay the same height, pull, park. This time, 1 full swing and park for a stop swing. Pull, swing, through, park, repeat. Match that exhale to the hips driving through. Let's do 2 more here. We're using the hips to drive that bell up. We're playing a little bit of chicken on the way down, and then parking that bell and up without.
Stop swings are hard. Getting that ballistic fire up and bring it back down with control definitely gets the heart rate going, allows us to check in with that swing. Lauren's getting to the floor, which means I need to do the same thing, move my bells, and what's on the menu for get-ups now?
We're going to do 1 full get-up with a slight pause in each position. It won't be too long. So let's come down.
Won't be too long.
I promise.
Right. Okay.
You know my promises.
Yeah.
White lies. All right.
Here we go.
Cuddle, roll, press, hold. 3, 2, to the elbow. We're thinking about looking at the bell, pushing the floor away. Find the hand. Lats engaged. Again, chest is lifted. It's a bridge and a sweep in 1 move here. For 3, 2, hand leaves floor, hip drives through. We'll also move that front foot to get into our lunge. Feel the vectors pushing forward and back. Stand up. Hold this tall pose for 3, 2. Now let's smoothly descend. Back leg steps back. Control the down. Front foot opens. It's a rotation, hinge, stack the shoulders, sweep the leg, find the elbow. Find the back with control. 2 hands on, pull the bell down, return it to the floor. That wasn't too slow.
Just right.
Goldilocks here.
Just right.
All right, let's repeat that. Try to keep the same speed on the other side.
About 3 seconds in each hold.
Shall I do the honors?
Sure.
Cuddle, roll, press to the elbow. Lat engaged, floor away. Squish bug. Looking at my bell the whole time as I go bridge. Sweep. Hand leaves floor. Front foot moves. Hold the lunge. Get the tension pushing forward and back on the floor. Stand up, hold. 3, 2. Step back lunge, control the down. Foot opens. Rotate, hinge. Stack shoulders. Sweep. Find the elbow, press away to find your back, pull the bell down, return it to the cuddle floor. Stand up, no hands. Now Ian can take us through the swings.
The swings. We've done that hike pass and we've done the stop swing. So I think it's time for some continuous swings. And as we will in a moment, let's go forward in an I go, you go pattern. If you're familiar, get rocking with Lauren. If this is new to you, maybe listen to me and then you'll join me in just a second. Swings, let's go about 5. It's heavy tension through the feet. You can hear that breath match. You're getting ready for that Polish punch. Yes, Angelica, hello. And then park it also very quietly and efficiently. I go, you go, or in this case, it was you go and now me go, 5 as well.
So Team Ian's doing 5 here. We're working that I go, you go, which is that provides that equal rest to work. Those R's and W's ratio. We'll now bump that number up to the number 7.
7. 5s and 7s here. Adding just a couple, maintaining that integrity throughout. That's already 3 for that Team Lauren of you. Keep swinging. Heavy feet. Great tension and great height. First semester, we worked from 0 to 100 swings. Maybe that's your jam. Go back to that. This practice, maybe we'll go to 200. Or not.
Probably not.
Just one at a time or
Team Ian, 7 swings. Let's start at the number 7 and take it from there. We'll get some reps under our belt tonight. Remember, this is week 1, and if you've been with us before, we like to progress slow and steady to that ultimate workout in 5 more weeks' time. We have some bottoms-up activities soon, so let's do our number 10 here.
Okay, 5, 7s, and 10s. Adding a couple, but also picking your own numbers if that's right. Something low, medium, and high. 10 will be that highest number that we work towards in this practice today, and probably throughout the rest of these next 6 weeks. That's 10, just about. It's so hard to keep track, so keep track of the reps, keep track of your form. Let's go for 10.
Team Ian, another set of 10. And then we're gonna bring down this pyramid for 10, 7, and 5. Just thought I'd let you know, so you didn't think I was lying about the rep scheme. I've been known. After these swings, we'll get into some bottoms up positions here. Take your time, but use those hips to drive that bell through. We're back to the number 10 for set number 4.
That's right. A hallmark of using those hips is if you imagine there's a wall behind you at the top, and our goal is to never touch. So it's my hand out the back, or that door frame that's there more permanently. Lauren's doing a wonderful job bringing the abs down to the hips, and then parking the bell with control as well. How many are we doing?
10.
Oh, double at that top of the pyramid, eh?
Yeah, it's like a peak, and then a nice look out, and then we come back down the other side. It's fancy talk there. Feet are rooted, both arms. It's the shoulders and the lats that connect this bell to our hips. So you have to have a firm grip because you don't want to let go of the bell, but think it's the connection from here. You don't have to over grip the kettlebell.
That's right.
7.
The grip happens on the abs, the glutes, and then those shoulder blades between. So this is our set of 7. We're on that way back down, matching your breath with Lauren and her swing, and with me, trying to keep things a little bit chill and nice and slow with the breath. But now we match.
7. We always talk about abs as we drive those hips through. Do try to think you still have that core strength as the bell is swinging back between your legs. You'll lose that, not great things will happen. So imagine yourself like the tree trunk. 5.
Quick set of 7. Last set of 5 swings today. I promise. I don't know about Lauren's white lies. This is our last set of 5. Finish with integrity. Finish strong. Finish like you could do it again. And hopefully we don't. Not today, at least.
You never know. Even I might not know. Finish up, Team Ian. Your set of 5 here. You'll note I'm switching out to a slightly lighter bell for our bottoms up activity. Take your time. Take a couple nice breaths in. Filling that diaphragm, belly, lungs, and then exhale. Let's just do that 2 more times. Nice big inhale. And exhale. And one last time. Trying to slow that breathing down. All right, let me show you a bottoms up really quick, and then we'll learn some things to do it together.
Let me see this.
Oh, let me show you.
Let me see. Bottoms up. Why? For grip. It makes that lighter kettlebell that you might own at home already a little bit heavier. This is a great exhibit of bottoms up. It's tight to the body, elbows pulling in with those shoulder blades,
I have to save some.
and then put it down. Bottoms up. Why don't you go again there, Team Lauren, on the other side?
Okay. Let's do it all together.
Okay.
Okay. Let's first talk about the setup of our bottoms up. You'll have that bell in front of you as the same distance you would for your swing. But let's do a little drill first here. When we hold that bottoms up position, just like our press, just like our rack hold, we want to have this wrist. We don't want to have broken wrist, and we don't want to have other broken wrist because then the bell will slide. So let's first start creating that wrist. We'll use our hinge. Pinky will be close to the corner, but you're never gripping the corner. Pinky close to corner side. Push your weight straight down into this bell. Get that nice stack position. Pack your shoulders. Could you even take a step back and get into a hut position here? Shoulders are square to the floor. Hips are square. That weight's pushing down. Keep the weight pushing down, but step in. Now swing through, hippity hop, upside down hold. Have the other hand ready to protect your beautiful face. Keep your forearm vertical. Elbows in tight. Lats engaged. Feel the weight on your abs and your cheeks for 3. 2, keep it tight to the body to put it down. Stand up without. Let's repeat on the other side. Same routine. Hip hinge, close to the pinky side. Pack that weight straight down into the bell. Take a little step back. Hut, blue 52. Then step in, swing through, other hands ready. Upside down. Oh, different non-dominant hand might be different. Center it. Breathe for 3, 2, through, park. That first time can be a little bit of a wake-up call.
That's right.
All right, in between, we'll take a second off those grips. Stay tuned.
And work on our single leg squats instead. So let's get to a parallel stance with your feet and pull up to that ankle or coup de pied balance. Looking at Lauren's side profile, when we sit or squat down, we're trying to keep the hips right over top of the feet. And as we stand up, we're pushing the hip through, pulling up the kneecap last. Let's do sets of 3 here, so do 2 more as the knee goes towards over the toe, and then push the hip through, grip the toes, clench those cheeks, and smile at these ones. And then one more time, pull ourselves down, and it's that same press up, heavy on the forefoot, the heel stays down too, and then return 2 feet to the floor, and a little bit of a shakeout. You have a strong leg and a stronger leg, and maybe you find out which is which on this set. So we'll go knees over toes and hold for a quick second and clench those glutes, pull up the kneecaps last. Soften the ankle, let yourself absorb that landing, and then heavy feet, clenched glutes, smiling faces, super optional. We'll do that one more time. Knees towards over toes, sitting low, and then pushing through and owning the dismount as well. Working on the core, working on the balance, a pistol squat. Let's work on that this next 6-week session as well. But until then, more bottoms ups.
All right, we'll progress our bottoms up a smidge. If you're not into the smidge progression, go continue with the hold. What this progression will be hold, and can we do an alternating leg march on the spot? Slower is better because it's harder. So let's set up behind our bell. Use our hip hinge, grip, push the weight down, sink back, swing, other hands ready. Once that bell's in that bottoms up position, take your time and try a little march. Driving the alternating leg down as you do this. Let's try for about 4, so 2 more. Last one. Keep it tight to the body, through, park. Whoa. Grip strength going through the roof.
Strength.
Same thing, this will help your presses, this will help your life. Hinge. Pack shoulders, sit back, upside down, rack hold. Here we go, march. Think of pulling that femur in to lift it up. Have that other hand ready as needed. One last one. Whoa. And then through and park. You can see that non-dominant side on us.
But it's strong and stronger, dominant, non-dominant. That's it. No other self-deprecating words to describe that relationship there. But until we do more of those bottoms ups, let's come back to our single leg squat with the benefit of a little kickstand here. So pull up to that ankle. Similar as before, let's get nice and low. And then tap down with that other foot, and you might be able to get a little bit lower. And then remove that kickstand and extend or push the hip through with the glute squeeze. 2 more as a maximum. We'll pull ourselves to your safe low. The tiptoe down as a kickstand, aim to get lower, and then extend the hip safely to the top again. Final one, tailbone reaches to the floor. We apply that little kickstand to challenge that range, and then extend the hip. Finish like it's easy, and those resetting wiggles can come in handy too. And we'll repeat on the other side. So pull up to that ankle. Hug the middle as you're going down. Tap, assist yourself a little lower, and then cramp those glutes up. We're heavy on the whole foot, and particularly the toes. Getting low, removing a kickstand, and extending the hip through. And the final one again is down without the kickstand. Apply a little kickstand or tap to get low, remove, press through, finish tall, enjoy a shake and wiggle.
Let's do one more bottoms up activity on each side, and then one more get up on each side.
Down for that.
Pinky swear. Okay, this one, we are going to try to do one on each side of a squat. So we'll go bottoms up, rack hold. Step your feet in your squat stance, pull yourself down, press to tall, through and park. Again, you can march or you could hold your bell. It's up to you. Hip hinge. Pack shoulder, upside down. Adjust your stance as needed. One, pull down, sitting back. To tall, hold it. 3, 2, through, park. Nicely done. Same thing, other side. Hinge grip. Get ready. Upside down. Adjust your stance. Pull yourself down. To tall. Hold. Through, park.
Had to dismount a little early on that, but no matter what your timing is, make sure it is with control. Let's go one more exercise on that single leg squat, and we'll do only about 1 or 2 here, and we'll do that last get up and be on our way today. So pull up that leg, get low to your safe standard, and then straighten the leg, and lift it higher while staying low, and then lift it higher yet again by fully extending your standing leg. And with control, pull back to that ankle. Repeating one more time, let's get low. And whether you have your karate foot, that dorsiflex ankle, or your ballet point, lift it higher while staying low. And then just like Lauren, get tall, all 5'4" there, and return to your tall stand.
I didn't want to hang out any longer.
2 reps on the other side, same thing. So pull up, get low, balance, of course. Now lift the leg while staying in your low squat. Then it lifts higher as you straighten your other leg. Return it underneath the hip and repeat one more. Knees over toes, breathing, of course. Straightening, high tension ankle, lift it higher, and then push the hip through to finish tall. Return.
I think his Mississippi's got longer.
My Mississippis are longer.
All right, we have one more get up each side to finish up this practice. Let's start on the floor.
I'm in.
Okay.
Should I have my light one or my heavy one?
Well,
You have
surprise.
your heavy one, so I'm going to go with my heavy one.
Well, I was going to surprise you and say, let's do 2 in a row.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay.
See
on
those
each
white
side.
lies.
I know. I can't help myself. All right, here we go. Not rushing, but not going too slow. Cuddle, roll, press that bell up. Elbow, hand, bridge sweep. Lunge position. Both legs help you. To tall, come back down. As you work yourself back down, once you get to this hinge, we start looking up at that bell. Sweep, elbow, keep the bell up, and do it one more time on this side. Elbow, hand. If you need to put that bell down, or do just a half get up, not just, or do a half get up, because you're working on that endurance and time underneath your kettlebell, feel free to modify as needed. We come back through to the elbow, to the back, pull the bell down, return it to the cuddle, spin yourself around. And we'll repeat our last 2 get-ups on the other side.
Great.
So from that cuddle position.
We'll cuddle and cuddle the roll and press. It's that hip drive. It's a heavy grip through the hand of the tall sit. It's a bridge and a sweep, and press the floor away and square up the lunge. That full body tension pushing forward and back. And now as we descend, we're pulling in the center. Now when we windmill, we look at the bell. Then we'll sweep through. Find the elbow and return to your back. Take a collective breath and do it one more time. It's a hip drive, tall sit, big bridge, press away, square up that lunge. Yep, on the core tension to stand. And with control, we pull ourselves down. Windmill, looking at that bell. Sweep the leg, tall sit for the last time, elbow the last time to the floor, and the two-hand dismount for safety. And then we're up.
Awesome.
And that is week 1 of 6.
So thanks for joining us on our first week back here today of strength and swings practice. We'll continue to progress our bottoms-up activities, including working towards that bottom-up press, as well as our get-up and two-handed swings.
Excellent.
Stay tuned for next week for various progressions. But until then, Thursday,
Over there, on the other side of the room, we play more with our kettlebells and our press and work on those plies and mobility exercises for hips and our core. We hope you can join us at 4 o'clock on Thursday. And then on Saturday,
we play with our body weight strength on this side, where we will be starting also a new semester. This is a new semester for every class.
new week.
And we'll be working on our handstand progressions. So if you've ever wanted to do handstands or crawls, you should join us this Saturday at 8 a.m. And until then, you should check out our website, sign up for newsletter, look at the Patreon, or like and subscribe on YouTube. And until next time,
Take care
stay strong.
and let's train soon.
Forgot our motto
Have a
for
good
a
day.
second.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.